Aloha everyone, this is Z808 and I'm here to share a few games in Apex Arena on my Out account. Now my Out account is mostly used to do joint battles, to do team training and whatnot with my main account, so that I can save some bread. And outside of that, that's really it. As you can see, I haven't finished much of my story mode here, and even my time rift I am lacking a lot. I just been lazy, not doing it, and overall the training is horrible. So if you look at my training for infantry, Lancer is the only one that makes sense, but that I make really strong, because that's what I really focus on tank push. But as you can see, my attack sucks. Cavalry training is at 10, so I don't use any horses. With flyers, I don't even have 70 attack yet. I do have 70 attack on my assassin archers, but I don't even use any assassins or archers. I actually built this for AB, but yeah, it was a totally waste of resources. And for my mage and holy demon training, you can see it's not great at all. So overall, soldier training is not acceptable. Okay, but not acceptable. What else? Before I kind of go on, I just want to show you let me just show you my box first, and so you have a better understanding of what I'm using. So I'm using very old school heroes, with the exception of Ainz, Shoutier. Everything else is like super old school from like season 1, maybe. Oh, and Liko is maybe season 4. Everything else is from season 1 besides these 3 heroes. And actually, when I first started using this account, all the heroes I was using was PvE heroes. And as you can see, even my Owen is a Lancer, because I can't beat some of the PvE things. Like, for example, Eternal Temple, I haven't done any level 70s yet, so there's no way for me to get SP Owen. I have no controllers. I did some of the things, but now I finally be able to maybe buy another piece. But if you look at my exclusive, it's almost non-existent. I only own like these here, a couple of pieces here, and that's it. So its account itself is very poor. And let's go look at the heroes. So very basic season 1, season 2 heroes. Land is finally built up, but as you can see, my power is really low. If you look at my gear, is just horrendous. Look, Devil Axe, Wing Shin Guard. If you look at my Leden, it's pretty crappy. Bozel, there's also no Miracle Staff. No Source with Emblem. My Leon, really crappy gear. Don't even have his exclusive. So, and Rachel is only 5 stars. And Int is very horrible, as you can see, very horrible. Only decently built character I think is my Luna, but I have no last rights. This is my only Sorcery Middle, I think. And this is pretty decent, but my total power really is low. 5-star Shatir. Licorice is 6 stars, but problem with her, I think, is I don't have Ares, I think. So her bond, if I remember correctly, her bond is missing this whole entire bond. Oh, I didn't even do this. Oh my god, I gotta upgrade this. I didn't realize this wasn't even... See, like I was playing with her and not optimized. That was bad. I didn't even realize that I didn't even have that finished. Let's see here. Burn's not in the box. Lana's not in the box. My Matthew's an archer built for AB, so he's not usable. Ainz is at 5 stars, but look at his power. It's just crap because he gets crappy gear. Yeah, very bad. Overall, my Zarita sucks. Can't kill anything with the 6,000. I mean, I have the right gear, but I can't get the right enchant. It just can't kill anything. And I don't even think it's even worth going looking at. And that's it. That's it. And my healers, like, yeah, it's just horrible enchants. My TRS doesn't even have Jero and Leda, so she's like paper thin. So yeah, so this is what I'm working with. It's a very poorly built team. However, I think, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, is that it's not one particular character that is so strong that is gonna win the games. Is the combination of the teams, of everyone making the team that can help you win. That's one thing. And then I think I also want to point out that if you look at my win rate, it's horrible. 45%, which is less than half. But I was able to get to go 3. So what that means is that the way the system is created for Apex is that if you win in silver, I think you can gain anywhere from 20 to 30 points. If you lose, it's between I think 10 to 15, or roughly around there. So it's a little bit less than half of what you win. So it is definitely possible to have less than 50% win rate and still make gold 3. And for a box like mine where the training sucks, no overpowered heroes, really old heroes, like Ainz and Shoutier is not even he's not even 6 stars yet. I think it's pretty decent in reaching Go 3. Now, am I gonna be able to move on from Go 3? I don't think I can. I think I'll just get crushed. And I also did not use any mercenaries. I use everything that's my own. Oh, look at that, SP Owen. I guess next week that's an interesting character. Oh, look at that. Even this one is pretty decent. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. So yeah, and what's so good about Gold 3 and why it's like the rank, at least even if you are just kind of starting out PvP, is that this reward is where it gets exciting, because when you are in the silver, your arena mastery stone is a small chance of gaining super mastery. Once you hit gold 3, it becomes a higher chance of getting it. Now, that does not mean you're gonna get all of them, but you really want to at least get to gold 3 so that you can get free scrolls, free arena stones, and gems each week, so that your team continues to grow, and hopefully next season you'll be able to climb a little bit higher. Okay, so and then let me just also show you what this is. So as you can see, my beginning is actually season 4, but 1, 2, 3 did not play at all. It was but then every season since I started PvPing on this account, I was able to at least hit gold 3, but wasn't able to move on beyond that. Let's see here, and as you look at my total power is super low, right? What else to kind of point out? So we talked about training, we talked about the heroes that I'm using, and we talked about let me see here. Is there anything else worth mentioning before we jump into some of the fun games? I think that's it. Yeah, I definitely did not do the higher level PvE content either. So actually, yeah, I did want to mention is that not all my characters have 3C. I think some, like most of them have. I don't even think my Landis have a 3C. No, you can see my Lantis doesn't have a 3C. I think Ledin does. Leon does. My Rachel also doesn't have 3C, as you can see here. Luna does. I think Licorice does. Shoutier has. And I think recently I got Cherry, and that's it. I think my Zarina doesn't have her 3C either. So, yeah, I mean, I'm lacking a lot of tools to be very competitive. But even with that, I think it's still worth trying out and learning what you can and cannot do. Okay, I'm going to pause here to kind of reflect on just how pretty this account is as far as the actual heroes and the tools to work with. Okay, so now I think we're gonna keep this short. We'll just look at 2 games. As you can see, I lost way more than I won. But I do want to show the first game is called Ainz because I actually got to use him and he turned out pretty decent. And I also want to point out, if you look at my opponent's box, it's way better, right? You get SPL win. Oh, and I also want to mention, I don't have Juggler in my box. I don't even have Juggler, period. So, it was very tough. It was very tough. I have to use Ledin and I have to use Landius and no Juggler, no Albedo. So, it's, yeah. So anyways, opponent has Juggler, SPL win, Rosenseal. Yeah, I have Noreen, I have no Yulia in my box, I have no Ares, so his boxes are much stronger, and we're just gonna go through the pick ban without too much. I mean, I got my strongest character, Licorice, got banned, first ban. Oh my god. So I said, okay, that's okay. I started banning all the overpowered OP heroes and start with Ledin. I think a lot of my picks has been with Ledin. He's been banning all my long legs. I was surprised that he picked Liana so early. And so I just keep on banning overpowered heroes. And let him have the ones that I can deal with. And he wanted to go with the Yulia route, which was a surprise because he didn't pick Ares. But maybe the Ares is a fake. It's not a level 6 star. I don't know. So I got my healers banned. So I'm in a very bad situation. I have no healers, and he has Bozel, healer, tank, and Yulia. I said, ah well, whatever. Let's go full dark team. And he got another healer, so to counter like my AoEs and my dark team, and I just picked Leon. So let's see how this goes, because it gets interesting. So that was a little surprising to me because he kind of rushed in, but my Leon can't reach, so I think he was confident that he was okay. But basically he moved forward for zone control. But I said, okay, it's fine. And you're probably thinking like, what the hell did I just waste my silvery? So I want to stop here real quick. No, I did not waste my silvery. I did that on purpose. It's because I know he's probably gonna be starting with Bozel next round. And if he's starting his first player Bozel and he AoE me, I have no healer. Chivalry is gonna allow me to be immune to all debuff, at least for the first AoE. So that's the reason why I use it. Not because I was an idiot and doesn't know how that I can't reach him. Okay, he set up. I moved forward and did my first E. As you can see, did almost no damage, but Sky and so here comes a black hole as I expected, but it's all immune. Oh, silence. I follow up with my own AoE. Got some nice silences, which really helped. And went in with my 3C, and I was able to hit him pretty hard. And I follow up, and I was actually killed off their Landius. Landius with Lancers, but you know, Yulia killed him off. But now I don't have a healer. I don't have a healer, but they have Yulia, and which is very dangerous. But nice thing is, if you notice, is I got that debuff on her. I got all these nice silences, which is with my to my advantage, because if that I didn't have the silences, then it would have been GG for me, because look at all the debuffs on me, right? And I'm silenced here, pretty much useless. Ainz couldn't even kill her off, and I just kind of inch forward. So here comes Yulia. I think that's a kill. Yep, picking me off one by one, and debuffed me. But I was able to go in and kill off Bozel. So that's a good trade, right? Because Bozel is without healer, Bozel is a super huge threat. I'm slowly picking him off, but I'm not really making much progress. Keep in mind also that that's a holy and I'm a demon, and she's also a holy, so she's gonna just tear me apart. Yep, almost 40k damage. So now it's 2 versus 2, and this is when Ledin really shines. Is they're picking the right skill. So I was able to heal. My Ainz because I picked Consecration. Okay, so again, I didn't have a healer, but you have to make use of the skills that heroes are available to them. So think about your skills when you pick them. Ainz does have his 3C to full heal himself, but I think if he did that, I'm losing a lot of damage, and I had to put pressure. So I did go with the AoE. This is the AoE that turns their buff into debuffs, so that helps. So that's what you can see. And then I also was able to silence Yulia. I don't think she had any skills left, so I don't remember exactly. But I keep on putting the pressure. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, but Ledin was able to finish her off. So yeah, that was a fun little game on Wild West. Wild West in the silver rank. But that was, I found that was quite interesting, because at the beginning, I mean, as if you just look at the team and composition, I just didn't know what my win condition was. But you know, as time goes by, it kind of made the path kind of showed itself. All right, so let's take another look at another one with the sword band. And this is Bozel, because this is literally a crazy comeback, and you'll see why. So let's take a look at the pick ban. This is important because, again, if you look at my opponent's team, we're looking at like all the best ones, right? You have Listel, you have Aaron Rod, you have Reen, you have SB Elwin, you have Yulia, you even have TT Jessica, you have Licorice, you have Ares, I mean Rosenseal. I mean, it's just incredible. If I had that team, I will be able to like crush so many others, but I get what you can see here, and that's all I got to work with. So, but anyway, so I have to be very careful with my pick ban. So get rid of Juggler first. Hopefully they pick a tank, but he does have 2 tanks. And let's see what my opponent does. Opponent decided to go with Reen first, because I don't have anything to counter Reen. So I start getting rid of the really dangerous ones, and I pick Bozel. Getting rid of some of my one of my gospel there, and he did pick a tank next. I started banning his healers, which at this point, if you look, I actually banned. He only had 2 healers, like real healers. Licorice can be sort of a healer. Yulia is sort of a healer, and maybe teaches a little bit healing, but his box was a little weird, I guess. So I got the Glory team taken out, and he picks SP Elwin. You have to ban these two if you pick SP Elwin. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I bring my Dark Team again. I lost my healer, Liana, and I have 2 healers left. I believe I picked. What did I pick? I don't know. I think I picked Sophia, so I can buff Leden. That's right. And he went with 2 tanks. So if you look at the composition, it's kind of weird in that he has no healer, and I have an AOE, well, Dark Team with the tank push. He has 2 tanks, but he has Reen, which is super deadly, and then he also have SP Elwin, which can be super deadly. He just basically literally zone me out. So let's see what happens. He has zone control, so literally I have to be very careful with my positioning, and I slowly inch forward, trying to look for an opening, buff up my characters. Remember, he has 2 tanks, so it's not easy for me to go in and try to snipe with Shoutier either. Oh, Breeze on Elwin completely controls the field now. And he has double AoE to back it up with. And we're still playing the waiting game at the moment. I don't see an opening yet. I was getting impatient, so I made the first mistake by going in with Shoutier and no tank there. I didn't do anything. I did a heal reversal on Leden, but he has no heal, so it doesn't matter. And Elwin is gonna kill me off. So now it's 5 against 4. He's 5 or 4. I went in with Ainz, trying to see if I can do some damage. Almost no damage. Well, I did some damage, but not enough. And Elwin kills off another character. Hey, 5 against 3. So I said, alright, I gotta do something. And so I picked him off, brought him a little closer, did some damage. And this is the mistake that he made. He came in with Iron Rod, and now that I look at it, he did clock, but he did so little damage. Why is that? Oh, because well, it's probably not a really high star Iron Rod then. Why is it so 15% is below 7? No, this is a 6-star Iron Rod, so not sure why the attack is so low. I know earlier with my Ainz I did dispel one of his buffs, but I don't think he had any buffs to begin with. Let's take a look. No, okay, so I think the problem is his enchant is really crappy. That's most likely it. I mean, even his Reen has more attack, which is absurd. Yeah, looks like it might be a Bracer Reen as well, but Elwin is pretty decent. Not the highest attack. Okay, sorry, let's move back to where we were. Anyways, came in with Iron Rod, dispel 3 of my let's see here, right here. So dispel 3 of my buffs. So I went in, and because he moved next to Elwin like that, I was able to kill Elwin off and silence him, which is kind of nice. Clock always helps. So now it's 4 against 3, and Reen always hurts. Oh, look at that. He'll reversal, he'll block, so she's gonna die very soon due to the fixed damage. So slowly trying to hang in there. Now the earthquake did some damage. I clocked again, so you see where that's going. Another AoE. And rewind so I can get all my skills back up. And thorns, thank goodness. but I didn't do any damage to him because he had the 3C and he ran away. But this is another mistake, and I have no idea why he did that. But, well, it's silver rank, I guess. And because his Iron Rod is so low, I was able to do another Earthquake, the third one, finish him off. Now it's 2 against 2. Getting a little closer. And Rin trying to attack into Leaden, bad idea. Gets rocked. And of course, Lancer against Horse. There's really no competition there, and yeah, that's it. It's game over. So yeah, anything can happen. I mean, he definitely had a stronger team, had all the overpowered heroes, but that shouldn't really intimidate you from trying and playing. Because if I just look at the box and assume that all the overpowered heroes is going to win the game, not always. So I strongly encourage, if you are in the silver rank or even the bronze, to keep trying. Don't get discouraged because you have season 1, 2, or 3 heroes. But if you build and put them in, get them to 5 or 6 stars, get some okay-ish training, it is still very possible to get to gold 3 at least, so that you can start getting some of those free rewards from PvP, from Apex Arena. But that's all I really have to say. Please, share your thoughts, your comments below in the comments box, and I would appreciate if you like the matches, and if you want to see more of my content, to give a like, share, and subscribe. I have been thinking of doing an account review on my main account, the one that many of you may have already seen, and I'm kind of curious if anyone's interested to see my main account and see what kind of heroes I have built, how they're built, what my training looks like, and whatnot. So yeah, please let me know. I guess the only thing that I can really say I'm very proud of this account is look at that absurd number of gold I have. So if you count the digits, so it's 1, 10, 100,000, 10, 100,000, million, 10 million. So that's right, 144 million gold. That's a lot of gold. It also means that I haven't been using it because I haven't been doing enchanting and upgrading, and that's why I had all that gold just from farming with my main account. I haven't really been upgrading or using it for anything. And that's also why I have an absurd amount of guild points of 244,000 guild medals. But anyways, that's that, right? Yeah, anyways, love to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed this little blurb on the silver rank games, and have a wonderful day. Take care and aloha.